In this segment, we will discuss the role of calcium as an intracellular messenger during the cell signaling. We have been discussing the cell signaling processes and the various proteins and various ions, the role which they play in the cell signaling. Now, calcium ion, that is a very important ion and it plays a significant role in a variety of cellular activities, like it is involved in the muscle contraction, it is involved in the cell division, secretions, fertilization, synaptic transmission, and so on. Now, these ions, they play a significant role in a variety of cellular activities as well, like metabolism, transcription, cell movement, and even in the cell death. That's the calcium is involved. An extracellular messenger means that it is received at the cell surface and leads to the dramatic increase in the concentration of calcium ions within the cytosol. So, this is why its role is extremely important. Now, how the calcium ions they are controlled, calcium ions concentration is controlled in the cell, different mechanism they take part, they plays a significant role, and among them, for example, the concentration of calcium ion in a particular cellular compartment is controlled by and the regulated activity of calcium ion pumps and calcium exchangers. There are calcium ion pumps and the calcium exchangers in the cell membrane which control the calcium ion concentration. Also, in the membrane, calcium ion channels, they are located within the membranes that surround the compartment. So these are the different factors which control the calcium ion concentration, as shown in this diagram, that the calcium ion it is activated, and then there is a calcium and sodium ions which replace each other, and the calcium pump that is in the cytosol and all that, where the calcium it actually is controlled. The diagram indicates the control of calcium in the cardiac muscle cell. The concentration of calcium ions in cytosol of the resting cell is maintained at a very low level ordinarily, and typically from 10 raised to power minus 7 molar, which is a very small concentration of these calcium ion ordinarily. But in contrast, the concentration of this ion in the extracellular space or within the lumen of ER or a plant cell vacuole is typically 10,000 times higher than the calcium ion concentration which occurs in the cytosol ordinarily. The cytosolic calcium level is kept very low. And how? One is the calcium ion channels in both the plasma and ER membranes are normally kept close. They are close so that calcium ion they cannot travel across these membranes, and making these membranes highly impermeable to these ions. That these ions they cannot pass through the membrane because these channels they are kept low, and the cytosolic calcium level is kept very low, since energy driven calcium transport system of the plasma and ER membrane pump they are calcium out of the cytosol. This pump continuously, what it does, it pumps out the calcium from the cytosol, and this is why the level they are kept low ordinarily. The importance of calcium ion as a messenger is very, very important and significant.